Right, good evening everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you're all doing well wherever you happen to be in the world right now. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing, dropping a like on the video to get me out to a wider audience, and any comments or questions that you may have, please feel free to leave them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Right, so I haven't made a video in a few days, primarily because my youngest child has been unwell. My youngest child's got autism, so when he's ill it's particularly difficult, so I've been unable to go through my normal routine, go to the gym, whatnot, do my trading. I've primarily been looking after my son, which is obviously my main focus in my life, but I've got a few spare minutes now and I thought I'd make a video. And I was watching a video this morning while I was ironing. It was I'm not going to name him, you know what I'm talking about. It was about drip, and he was talking about his predictions and whatnot, tying himself in knots with what he was saying. So let me start off by compounding, just so you know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm doing my little bit to keep the drip network ticking over. You can't call me a fudder or whatnot, say that I'm not invested in this project, because I am. Let me just check, that's going through now. Sorry, my computer's ever so slow. Right, that's done now. So I'm up to 6,183 drip. Anyway, so I'll start off by saying the guy I watched the video about this morning, he was saying how it takes 73 days to double your investment in drip if you compound every day. I've just gone back, so I log everything I do with any sort of DeFi transaction or any financial transaction, and I can tell you that 73 days ago I had 2,317 drip and they were valued at $1,418. I think that about, let me just scroll back, I think it was about 3,500 drip I had at the time. So I'm up $500 since then. But I can say that 445 days ago I had 68 drip and that was worth over 10k. So the 1% compounding daily thing, it astounds me that people talk about 1% and people don't understand the power of compound interest. It's like, it's been known for many years. Like Albert Einstein said that compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world, so it's nothing new. But when you're compounding an asset for your supposed 1% a day, and the asset's decreased 99% since you bought in and is currently decreasing at a rate of around 2 to 3% a day, you're basically treading water, and you'll do well to get out of the project at a break even. I'm not going to try to be entirely negative in this video, because what I try to do is just say what I see and go through it, and if I think something's good I'll say it, and if I think there's an issue with something I'll also say it. So I understand on Friday, I didn't watch it, I can't bear to listen to these AMAs or voice chats anymore, but I've had a little look at bits and pieces. The Shark was announcing and talking people through the new UI with the fiat on and off ramp, the drip drop draw, no mention of scratches still, a year after promising that they were ready. What else was there? The new UI, drip drop draw, I think there was a cross-chain bridge as well, I can't remember exactly. It all looks very nice, I'm not going to lie, it looks decent. But again, there was no mention of a solid release date, so nothing's really happened price-wise. If we go to, I'll go through the cryptocurrency market quickly, just so we can compare drip to the rest of the market. The market's up 0.36% today, $1.16 trillion market cap, $34 billion trading volume. Bitcoin dominance at 46.1%. Bitcoin's down below 30 grand again, it's at 27.6. So we're having a little bit of pullback across the board, but that's not to say drip hasn't been outperforming when it comes to pulling back. I'll come to the drip page first, but sorry, I'm getting my hold up. After I look at the chart, because technically speaking, we've made a new high here. Yeah, we can call it a new high. Then we made a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and lower low. Now you don't have to be a genius to know what a lower low and a lower high is and what that means technically. Someone told me that once this, I should keep looking at my charts, and once the shark launches the UI, I'm going to look like a right prick. To be honest with you, I don't care. If the new UI launches and everything, drip goes off to $1,000 or whatever, then wonderful. I was wrong, but I'm just calling out what I see in front of me today, not for a year from now or 6 months from now, just what I'm seeing with my own eyes, what I believe to be true. So this chart is pretty hideous. 61 cents, that was the highest we got to. That was back in February. That was because there was speculation about a launch of something, drip drop draw, I believe. There was another pump around here where there was an AMA coming up. Nothing came of it. And again, there was an AMA this day. I believe that was with Driptopian or something or other. Nothing's come of it, and the prices continue to decline. So every day we're making lower lows. The price is going down about 2 or 3% a day. So if you're compounding, it's not looking good. With regards to moving averages, the 100's above the 50 and prices below both of those MAs, so that doesn't look good. There's no divergences across the lows. Actually, there might be a slight one between there and there, but we've got negative momentum and things just don't look pretty on the chart. And like I said before, I see like in the next couple of weeks we should see another 25, 26 cent drip. The guy I was watching this morning, the self-proclaimed crypto king, said that he started off saying he didn't see drip going any lower, and then by the end of the video he decided that drip could go lower. So he needs to, well, I don't want to start being mean about people, but he's sending out mixed messages, but a lot of what he says is very irresponsible. So what else do I need to go through? So I understand when they did the voice chat, all of his fawning sycophants were there, all the people that believe every single word he says, hang on to every single sentence, every little breadcrumb he leads out there. People lap him up and think that, everything's going to be great. Like I said before, the self-proclaimed crypto king, he claimed in a video probably a week or so ago, I don't know why I watch his videos, but I think it's purely for comedy value. He was saying that shortly we'll see $500 drip. I don't know what planet he's living on, but I don't see how even he can believe that, a $500 drip. I'd say we'd be lucky to see a $2 drip again. That's just my own personal opinion. I believe on that video it was the one where he had his hand over his mouth like someone had just performed an unexpected colonoscopy or prostate exam. But yeah, he looked shocked, and I was almost as shocked when I saw the absolute bollocks he was talking. So let's carry on. So what else was Kenneth saying? He was talking about, I'm not picking on him, I'm just talking about what he's saying and why it doesn't make any sense to me. He said drip couldn't go any lower. Today it's just been in free fall. If you go into the all-time chart, you can see that in 27 January 2022 we were about $161, and now we're at, what are we at, 33 cents. Not marvellous. So if we go to AFD, Animal Farm Dogs, supposedly the greatest farm in the world, if you look, we've got an all-time high of $58 and we're currently down at around $8.50. So that represents a decline of 85% from all-time highs. You can say this is crypto and we have these ups and downs, but where's the correlation to Bitcoin, which people always talk about? A market cycle. Some idiot said to me the other day, "Oh, you don't understand the drip market cycle." How it's an asset that's 2 years old. You talk me through that market cycle. You can't have a market cycle with something that's 2 years old. You need to be going on an asset that's been around for a while. So let's look at pigs, because he was telling us. Sorry, I keep mentioning Kenneth, but he was saying that he's going to be scooping up pigs at this price because they're so cheap and so undervalued. They are up 3.8% today, so he's done well for himself. But let's look at the all-time chart. So we're at all-time high was around $184, and now we're trading around 48, sorry. So we're down roughly, my rudimentary maths, about 75% from there. I'd say, about 75%. We're up to about a quarter of the price that we were. So we're down 74%. And this is supposedly the greatest farm in DeFi. And I remember when everyone was saying that these shark projects weren't affected by a bear market. So when drip was pumping during the height of the bear market, people were saying, see, bear markets don't matter in DeFi. It doesn't matter with the Sharks projects. That was what they were saying. Bear markets, we're bear market proof. Now things are all going south and everything's looking a bit shitty. People are starting to say, oh, well, it's because we're in a bear market. You've got to understand. But there's been no pump when you go to the cryptocurrency market cap for the overall market, 1.5 trillion. So we've had a lovely push up. We've been holding above $1 trillion for a while now, so things are looking good. But when was Animal Farm doing well? So back around there, some sort of place there. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, it doesn't correlate to the entire market. But this is DeFi. It's the wild, wild west. You know what I mean? You like I said, people say to me, why do you keep compounding if you don't believe in it? It's not I don't believe in it. I just got some severe doubts about what's going on with it. And about what the developer's saying, how much of it's true, how much of what he's actually promising is going to come to fruition. Because, like I said, when the new utility is launched, when this jazzy new UI is launched and unleashed in the market, wherever that may be, because, like I said, he's still not set a date. He's just done his usual rambling monologues where he's, no doubt he mentioned collateral rehypothecation and whatnot. He loves them. Loves to mention. Sorry, something's just come through on my other computer. He's talking about who's going to come on board and these major influencers he's going to be talking about. And I've seen some of the people that he's used as influencers on the site, and I saw that. I don't even want to say it. I saw that he was on there. That person I was just talking about. And I'm like, you're using that as a credible source, as a credible influencer. I mean, come on, man. Seriously. Well, I really don't know what you're thinking. But anyway, what I was going to say is, but when this utility does come on board, and say drip does have a lot of quick pump up to $1.50 maybe, even $2, that'd be nice. There's a lot of max wallets out there, and what would you do if you're in that position? Say you had 4 or 5 max wallets, even 2 max wallets, and drips up to $2. Are you going to just keep compounding, or are you going to start draining them wallets and think, thank God for that, I can start making some money back? Because I know what I'd be doing. I'd think that people are going to start claiming, and I'm surprised that people aren't discussing that and raising that issue, because this project's been in decline for well over a year now, and nothing's been done. There's been a lot of community-based initiatives. Someone I really respect is LD. He was called Drip Strategy, now it's called DeFi Strategy. Someone who I know doesn't like me. He blocked me from his channel, Driptopia. I think he was pissed when it happened because I asked him a question, he didn't like it. I respect the work he's doing with his foodtopian thing. It's not something I'm interested in, but I rate that he's doing something to try and bring some money into the drip ecosystem, which is more than the Sharks do at the moment from what I can see, because all I hear from him is that he's in these pretend meetings all the time. If he's got this huge team that he continually goes on about, massive team, marketing team, I don't believe there's a marketing team, because the marketing for all of these projects have been horrendous. So he's got this team around him. Don't you think one of them's like pulled him to one side and say, look, come on, Shark, you know what I mean? Do you want to get a bit of a wriggle on? Because people are starting to sort of doubt you. There's people out there think you're full of shit. You'd think that someone would raise the issue with him, but maybe people are scared to question him. I'm not entirely sure. So what else is there I need to say? Yeah, so while these max wallets are claiming while it's at a higher price, obviously the price is going to decline because there's going to be a lot of sell pressure and buy pressure, as people like to talk about. So that will probably stifle the price appreciation. Whether people will use drip drop draw, will they want to be sacrificing? I'm not entirely sure. There's a lot of people that are going to be underwater. I'm underwater, but like I said, it's not a lot of money to me. I'm not especially bothered. My primary focus, I've got my other businesses that pay me my money, but my primary focus is my family. So this is just something that I'm just invested in. I'm just like curious as to what's really going on. 1 second, please. I need some water. So I like to come on here and just sort of, but pretty much like the Shark, just go off on a rambling monologue and say what I see. And a lot of people don't like it. Some people message me, say they agree with me. I was chatting to what's his name, Drip Coach, and he seems to be of a similar mindset to me. And he's someone that's been trying to do things to make to get some community-based initiatives out there to try and increase the value of this project, because the developer seems to be doing absolutely fuck all. And it's the same with the animal farm. The price of everything is just declining. Everything that he's created is in freefall, and no one's calling him out on this. They're just saying, we know what's around the corner, we know what's around the corner. No one knows what's around the corner. The only thing you know in life that's certain is death and taxes. You don't know anything else. You can say, we know the real value of this asset. Like, I remember a time when Nokia was I used to work in the mobile phone industry, and Nokia was the biggest mobile phone brand in the world. It was a top 10 company on the stock exchange. And when Samsung and Apple started making smartphones, Nokia said that no, that's not going to catch on. People don't want that. We're the market leaders, so we know what we're doing. We don't need to go down that route. And some investors believed them, and they saw that stock price fall and fall and fall and fall in a similar way to Drip. When there was a time to get out. But, we're a Nokia now. They're selling £50 handsets, trap phones, basically. People use them for burner phones. No one's using Nokia anymore. If they'd have gone down the smartphone route and, moved with the flow like they should have done, then they could probably still be the number one mobile phone brand in the world, but they're not. It's just a little, anecdote, completely unrelated to Drip, but it's, you need to question your investments, because if you were invested in that, it's like that bloke that was invested in Doge and he was up 4 million quid, and they were like, why don't you just take the money? And he didn't, and he's lost most of it now. It's people don't know when to take profits. They're financially uneducated, and you've got people putting content out that don't really understand any sort of financial market, and people commenting on my videos saying that my charts don't mean anything. My 4-year-old son, he actually quite likes these charts. He can point out a lower low and a higher high to me, and he finds it quite interesting. He's highly intelligent. He's like what's called high functioning autistic, and that what's his current obsession? He loves geography, human bodies, planets. He can tell you anything about planets, any country in the world, states, continents and whatnot. But like I said, even he, which is an insult saying even, but he can look at this chart and say, I was going down, not nice. It's just so obvious. So how shall I wrap this up? Because I've been rambling on now for 17 minutes. I think I've repeated myself about 1 million times, but I won't apologise for it, because I know the Shark's pretty well known for doing the same. So I'll finish up by saying the new UI does look nice, and it, if it does ever get launched, if and when it does get launched, hopefully it will push the price of the asset up. But my concerns are that people will start profit taking, which will cause sell pressure. There's going to be a differential between the buy and sell walls, so we'll have to see what's going to happen there. It's all quite interesting, and that's my reasoning to continue to compound, and why don't I just exit the protocol? It's because, why should I? I've been in this for a while. If I'm wrong and this thing does go up to $10, then I'm going to be laughing my bollocks off, and you can all call me whatever you want, and it won't matter to me. I'll just be like, well, I was wrong. I should never have questioned the Shark. I should have believed everything he said. But for the moment, I'm going to question everything. You need to have the ability to use your mind for critical thinking, and not just be tunnel visioned and blinkered when it comes to investments, be it crypto, be it real estate, be it traditional financial investments, stocks, shares and whatnot. So that's all I'm going to say. Is I'm only questioning it because I'm not entirely sure with what's going on with this project at the moment, and the Shark keeps saying this is coming, that's coming, but again, he doesn't give dates. So that's it really. So I'm going to shut up now. I wish you all a wonderful evening. If you've managed to make it to the end of this video, you're a braver man than me, because that's 19 minutes of me talking absolute bollocks. Well, not bollocks, but you know what I mean, just repeating myself and just saying the stuff I've already said before. But there are people making a good living on YouTube just by saying the same thing about Drip Boys, talking about how it's going to do this and it's going to do that. So, I shouldn't have my say. I don't make any money out of YouTube. This is just something I do in my spare time because, well, why not? Everyone else does it. Alright, so thanks for watching. I wish you all a wonderful evening. All the luck in the world with your investments and whatnot. Not sure when I'll make another video. Hopefully my son will be better soon. So take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.